understandably under the stress of human emotion, the Polish government appealed to the International Red Cross to make an investigation. Thereupon, the Soviet government, incensed that a co-belligerent should succumb to a German plot, severed diplomatic relations. Since then, Britain and the United States have made continuous efforts to heal the breach. Early in January, as the Red Armies were about to re-enter Poland, the Polish government issued a declaration. After paying grateful tribute to the triumph of the victorious Soviet forces and recalling that no single quisling had been found among the Poles, who had never ceased to wage underground warfare, they stated that they expected that their country would receive full justice and redress in accordance with the principles of the Atlantic Charter and under international agreements. The Polish underground authorities had, it said, been instructed to intensify their resistance to the German invaders and to enter into cooperation with the Soviet commanders in the event of the resumption of Polish-Soviet relations. The Kremlin immediately reacted and proposed the new frontier. This would take away 1/2 of the territory of Poland and 1/3 of the population as it existed at the outbreak of war. The peoples of Britain and America are not capable of judging the merits of frontier disputes. Such matters can be investigated by committees or settled by plebiscites or by negotiation. No solution imposed by one side and no plebiscite taken while the war is in progress can be considered as fair or final or compatible with what has been promised to Poland. The Polish government returned a conciliatory answer to the demands of the Kremlin. They appealed to the British and United States governments to act as intermediaries at a 4-power conference to settle all outstanding questions. The United States government agreed to the suggestion that they should extend their good offices provided the Soviet government were agreeable. The answer has been received from Moscow, and it is no. What are the lessons to be drawn from these events? The first is that nominal unity is not the ideal which we should be seeking. This can always be obtained by the sacrifice of principles. If there is agreement about principles, then unity will follow. What we must be sure about is that the United Nations do in fact agree on the principles which are to regulate the relations between the states after the war. If not, then it is better that we should be candid with one another now, for we shall have to face the real facts in the end. The second lesson is that we must beware of coming to hasty conclusions, whether about the results of battles or of conferences, until we know their full significance and implication. Premature rejoicing is apt to lead to disillusionment. Meanwhile, we must hope, indeed we must be confident, that the statesmanship of the United Nations will find a means of settling the Russo-Polish dispute on a fair basis, and in the process will point the way to the discovery of those principles on which alone the future peace of the world can rest.
Yes, that's what made me think, and made me say that I'm sorry for you. I suppose I know how you feel, boys like you, the fighters.
Yes, it's all so damn difficult. You've something to worry about.
It's difficult for you too. We know it. It's common troubles and common worries. But I suppose it's just the rules of the game.
Of the war?
No, of friendship. Of the game of friendship. To share the worries of the war, political troubles, and the joy of victory.
Cheerio, Poland.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, friends.